going on, Lunatic Fringe? Guys, I'm going to admit right now that I had some help with this one because RexYZ came out with a massive list, and this one tells you a lot about what you need to know about the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem, and it should be a testament of why you should be bullish. Sometimes I don't do a great job of being able to explain it. I'm not the only person here. I'm not an official spokesperson for Terra Luna Classic. I'm just the guy who every day comes out to you and says, hey guys, look at what's going on. But I don't get it all of the time. But this is an exhaustive list, and it's going to show you how Terra Luna Classic, despite the ding-dongs down below that say stuff like, ain't never gonna moon. Those people, that's how they talk. Those people, I'm just going to show you the list, okay? Let's go. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Before we get started, become a member of the channel, subscribe, become a member. It's $4.99 a month. If you do, awesome. If you don't, it's still awesome. Just watch the show. Terra Luna Classic, terracasino.io. I don't think I have to say anymore, but I'm gonna. Risk-based gaming, sports wagering, and by the way, today, college football, it's coming. Last night, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, first game of the NFL. So your chance to make a buck off of the backs of other men, that sounds pretty weird, but terracasino.io. If you're trading meme coins or utility coins in the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem, terraport.finance is your place to go. And as a matter of fact, they are also one of the largest burn protocols in all of Terra Luna Classic. So make sure you support those guys right there. Makes everything easier for you. Also, a lot of people come to me and talk about staking, stuff like that. There are staking opportunities to earn on the terraport.finance ecosystem. You can click the earn button right here and you can stake, or you can provide liquidity. You can be a liquidity staker. You can be a yield farmer, whatever you want to be. It's your world, boy. It's your world. All right, guys, let's talk about this list because it is pretty deep, okay? These are things happening in Terra Luna Classic. We are building our U. L1 code unforked, which was, and this tells you who it was. Galactic Shift, Lunk Goblins, Orbit Lab. New stablecoin proposed from Redline Drifter. New projects added to Terra Classic Money, which is the Orbitar Wallet, the IA Trading, and David Skinder. Juris Protocol and Selenium represent Terra Classic at ETH Warsaw, Lunk Lover 69, David Skinder, Vegas Morph. Juris Protocol starts to list on multiple exchanges. Juris, Terraport, Terra Vita, Terra Casino, Lunk Goblins, Uncode work together to integrate Terra Classic on another exchange, which was Cedo a couple days ago. Terra Vita and Terra Casino coordinate and sponsor Web3 global media presentations for Terra Classic projects. Terraport upgrades governance and rewards for the Selenium launch. Terra Vita and Posthuman DVS collaborate with Terra Casino. Cosmos ecosystem opens hands to Terra Classic. To Terra Classic. Uncode Lounge finalizes information pages and lists on a new centralized exchange. And Lunk Daily creates community news section. The IA Trading Aggregator launches. Orbitar Wallet launches. Garuda DeFi lists on a new centralized exchange. Terra Casino, Weso World, Lunk Cookies collaborate with community poker tournaments, taking attendance to a new all-time high. Ventrex.io introduces liquidity monitoring module. Galactic Shift goes to testnet. Terra Vita collabs to help coordinate user testing. I'm in the beta. Terraport, Terra Millionaire Clubs gains more members. Terraport has moved from assessment zone on MEXC official, which means that big listing probably coming back, or they're going to expand, whatever it is that they're doing right there. So Terra also coming out. Could be a great opportunity. Buy yourself some Terra right now, as a matter of fact, and set it up for staking or yield farm. Vegas Morph and Galactic Shift work on relaunching the market module to swap Lunk and USTC. Terra Tritium reaches out to Terra Vita for a collaboration. Terra Tritium, if you don't know, we've played that game quite a bit. It's like a city builder sim in space. Believes Crypto, the most handsome person, most beautiful man that anybody's ever seen. A lot of people are saying one of the greatest men ever. A lot of people. I don't know the people, but a lot of them are saying that. Continues to promote Terra Classic with free Terra Casino giveaways and is self-declared as the sexiest man alive. So they get it. They know. They understand. But that's not even exhaustive. I said exhaustive earlier, but I mean, guys, there are so many different things that are happening behind the scenes on Terra Luna Classic that you should be bullish. And if you're not, that's okay. Because, look, profit's not for you all the time. You know what I mean? You might just need to be in your life a broke-ass brokey. That might be for you. Anyway, let's get into price action, stuff like that. By the way, I'm just kidding with you. You're not a broke ass brokey. You're beautiful. You know, you're just, look, I'm telling you right now, you're just as cute as other ugly people. Okay, guys, Garuda up a little bit on the day, on the week. MBA still up 75%, but look at this. Lenny Lunk finally takes off, up 25% on the day, on the news of the partnership with Garuda X and Cremation to create a new ecosystem in Terra Luna Classic. And I mean, again, you know, a protocol, an initiative like this, all of a sudden something starts happening. I mean, you never know when these things are going to break out. And we finally had one little breakout. Now, by the way, it's only 25% over 7 days, so it's not a gigantic breakout, but it's a good start. And guess what? You know, little traction goes a long way. So maybe we'll see something happen. Validators continue to shuffle in tiny pieces here. Moonshot. You know, we're all kind of just sitting in these ranges right here. Doesn't appear to be any big time bold movements, anything like that. Maybe Lunk Live, Orion's switch places right there. You know, very, 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 very close. But, you know, ultimately, I think we're, you know, what we need to see now, we need to see some votes. We need to see some initiatives out here. We need to see some things happen, and then we need to see some votes and what happens and how these people respond and react so that we know who to validate with. By the way, you can do that in your Kepler wallet. Price action. So a move back to 406, stiff rejection off of that, but it's not dumping super hard. So I look at it on the hourly, and what I saw is a break right there. Then I saw a take profit mode, which means that we're in an accelerated pattern, right? So we got a nice little, we've had the move upwards, right? But then we got the impulse move right there. That impulse move led to a correction, a Fibonacci correction. Now we've got another impulse move playing out right now. We could get another Fibonacci correction back down at, 59. We're talking minor pieces, by the way. We're not talking about a major move at this point, but, we had your standard. Here's the fib, there's the little break, broke down to the 618, and then boom, broke out again. If we just kind of look at it from that context and say, well, it's happening again, then maybe we get a breakdown into 59.30, and then we get another break to the upside. Might be on tap. We're going into the weekend. That means that the bulls and the bears, they stop fighting for a couple days, and one of them or the other gets to take control. Now, what I would be concerned with, what you should be concerned with, is the break above 6, because that's really been sort of prohibitive. Right there, we use it as support, we use it as resistance. It's really been quite the fight right at that level. So we need to see a nice little break above it. A firm break above is what we really need to see. So hopefully we're going to get that. Now, let me zoom back out here to give you what I still think is going to happen. I still think that we've got downward momentum. I don't think that it's all on our side yet. Now, it feels good today because we're up about $90 billion in the market. Seems like there's a little bit of a correction. I could be wrong about the downward momentum. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm just projecting right now what I think is going to happen. And I don't get it right all the time, even though I say I'm always right. I'm pretending, okay? But that makes more sense to me for a strong breakout, because the nature of crypto dumping is that people are taking profit along the way, and then that causes people to get spooked because they see the sell-off. Then it kind of moves pretty quickly, and you see that big red candle. You see this right here, like over a week. You see this massive dump down from, what are we talking about here, 64 all the way down to 52, 49, 5. Like, you see a massive dump happen right there. And you saw it again when we hit 7 up here. So, the breakdowns, they do happen. What I'm encouraged by is that we're moving in an upward fashion. But I'm not convinced that this upward fashion is solid yet. Because if I zoom out, here, we're all lower. And in between those lows, it looked like it was headed back up again. So, again, we're looking at these short-term data points, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm not sure that we don't have another dip. So I'm going to call it still that we're going to get some kind of breakdown in the market over the next week or two before we get to the rate cuts in the United States. So a breakdown and then a big breakout, because I do still think that altcoin season is on the horizon and we're going to experience. The only thing that I can say to that, to kind of give you guys why I think that way, is, first of all, Bitcoin was at 125,000 just a few short weeks ago, now down to 112, 113,000, 111,000. Just really high in that range, but at the same time, we're not seeing the massive dumps in the pullouts. I'm not impressed by Ethereum or Solana right now, but I am seeing some positivity in it. While Bitcoin dumps, I'm still seeing positivity in the altcoin. So that does mean that people are layering themselves in. So I think it's only a matter of time and that we're finally at the spot where the markets make sense. If you're looking at them, if you're watching how things are trading, you're starting to feel some confidence that we are about to go parabolic. Like you can see it building up on the charts right now. So watch for this to play out over the next little while. Also, USTC, I'm not impressed by the strength. We're still in this, again, it's the same thing. It's that consolidation sort of phase that we're in. And if we pull up, one of our big tracking devices over here, which can be Bollinger Bands, look how tight the Bollinger Bands are getting right now. We're getting squeezed. When you get squeezed, that usually represents a massive move coming, right? We don't know it's up or down. We don't know that, but same thing with Terra Luna Classic, getting into that tight range. When it gets into that tight range, it usually springs and causes some kind of move. Well, guess what? Here we are tightening the band right now. And the question is, what's going to happen next? Now, what I would like to see is a move above that heart line, which is the 21-day MA. I want to see a move above that, and we're getting rejected off of it. That's indicative of some downside momentum, okay? It doesn't mean that it will stay that way, because if you look over here, downside momentum, we start to break down a little bit, but you get this move back up over here, you get the band tightening, and you're up above, and then boom, you get that breakout. So I'm watching it. I'm waiting to see that break upwards, but right now, again, I'm looking at that move right there because we're on the downside of the 21 MA and the Bollinger Band's getting pretty tight. So we'll see what happens. But breakout could be imminent. Again, USTC, same thing, could be imminent. They're all starting to get real tight. As far as volume goes, we're up 28% on the day to 10 million. We're down on USTC to 2.9 million. Now, 712 million in burns, and for your burn protocol yesterday, only 24 million, and today only 9 million. So a lot of this is going to be about volume. A lot of people have moved on, but a lot of people will come back. Let's call it for what it is. When you're down, and when you've had extended down periods, when you're 95% of all cryptocurrency, they're down. They're still down significantly. They're not pumping like some of the rest of the market is. They're not pumping like Bitcoin is. They're not pumping like Ethereum is. They're not pumping like Solana. They're not pumping like XRP. They're not. They're just not. There are a small amount of them that are having good runs, but the rest of the market is going to catch up during altcoin season. Will it blow past all of those other ones? A lot of them will, in fact. Not in terms of dollar amount, but in terms of multipliers, orders of magnitude, how much they're going to pump. Those are going to be different. We're going to see a massive amount of big time pumps coming very, very soon. But until then, we are kind of just in an accumulate mode. So I'm going to ask you, how much Luna Classic do you have? Put it in the description down below. Don't put your wallet or anything like that. And don't let people know who you are if you do that. But, and if you're a holder, I think that you're going to be well rewarded. Again, I'm going to predict a 40x from where we are right now in the bull market. I'm going to hope for the best here. And, we're going to cross our fingers and we'll see what happens. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.